In this video, we will give you instructions for the lab creating a function which paginates rows of data. As you've learned from the chapter on functions, most of the PHP code can be encapsulated in smaller blocks which are referred to as functions. In order to make the PHP code which generates the website more efficient, it's a good idea to consolidate code into smaller units which are called functions. The functions can then be moved into separate files which are referred to as libraries or incorporated into classes. In this lab, you will start by opening up the products.php file. We will then be adding variables which will represent the page and the items per page. These will serve as parameters later for displaying products. You will then define a function displayProducts. Don't forget the parentheses and the open and close curly braces. You will then move the for loop, which was created in another lab, which is used to generate li tags, which includes HTML, which includes product descriptions. Then, in the function, you'll need to implement logic that defines an offset and a for loop that goes through the number of lines per page. You'll need to modify the function to accept the parameters page, lines per page, and the products array. You will then need to calculate an offset, which is represented by the page times the lines per page. You'll need an if statement to determine if the offset is going to go past the end of the array. You will then adjust the for loop to only loop lines per page times. When referencing the products then, you will need to adjust the key so that $x now includes the offset. In order to have the function operate most efficiently, instead of directly outputting using printf, we will accumulate the output using the concatenate operator in conjunction with sprintf. Sprintf is very similar to printf, except instead of producing output, it returns a value in the form of a string. You will then have the function return the accumulated value. Following that, we will add support for the next and the previous page. This will be done by capturing a parameter page, which will be on the URL. This parameter can be captured using the PHP superglobal $_get. This particular superglobal is discussed in another chapter. Finally, you will test in the browser. You can then click on Previous and Next, and you should be able to see blocks of products instead of seeing all products at the same time. This concludes the discussion of the instructions for the lab creating a function which paginates rows of data.